So I already cut out the back piece of his garment and also one sleeve. So now I'm just going to show you guys real quick. This is the front of the shirt that I'm using as a pattern to cut his garment. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half like this. And I'm going to line it up on my gray fabric with the velvet side inside and the smooth side on the outside. I'm just going to line it up. So this side should be folded. The fabric should be folded over in a 2-layer. 1, 2. And I'm going to cut this. I'm going to lengthen it out to about 20 inches because I measured my son's shoulder to his knee. That's how long I want the garment to be. And I'm just going to measure 20 inches. A little too long. It's about there. I'm just going to cut this pattern out. This shirt is already a little too big for my son. This shirt fits my 4-year-old son. This garment is going to be for my 3-year-old. So I don't need very much for the seam allowance. Okay, so once you cut out your pattern, this is what it should look like. So this is the front of my garment. We're going to go back later and cut here in the center of the garment to make like a neckline, a collar line. So I cut out already the 2 sleeves, the front of the garment, the back of the garment. Let's cut out a collar piece. So to cut the collar piece, you're going to need to fold your fabric in half. Flatten it out. Smooth out all the wrinkles. Take your collar pattern. And this side is the side of your collar pattern that needs to be lined up with the fold of the fabric is the side that is up. So that's the side that is here on your neckline. It's folded over fabric. So line that side up on the folded side of your fabric when you get ready to cut your collar. So I'm just going to cut this real quick. If you don't want to make a lot of adjustments to the patterns that you're cutting, try to use a shirt that fits so that way you don't have to adjust the measurements. So this is what my collar piece looks like whenever I cut it out. That's the top part of the collar. And this is inside out. So this is on the silky side of the fabric. The inside is where the velvet is. I'm just going to pin it for right now. Okay. So we've got 2 sleeves. We got the front of our garment. We got the back of our garment. We have now a collar for our garment. We need to make now the button area. This I also cut off of that same exact shirt that I'm using for the pattern. I'm going to extend the length of it. This one is like 3 inches, so I'm going to extend it like 2 more inches to make like a 5-inch button collar. So to make this, you will need 2 pieces. 2 pieces. One side is the side that has the actual button on it. The other side is the side that has the holes that you use to button. So you want to take your fabric, same thing. You're going to need to fold it over. You're going to take your button collar and you're going to line it up on the fabric. I'm going to extend mine for 2 more inches for a total of 5 inches. And I'm just going to cut out this little rectangular pattern. Okay. So I got that. Now I'm going to cut out another pattern exactly like this one. So the best thing to do would be now to line up the pattern that you already cut instead of this one and cut it to that same exact length. Okay, so we got all of our pieces cut out to make this garment. We've got our front, our back, 2 sleeves, a collar, and a centerpiece where the buttons go. So literally what we're doing whenever we use a pattern to create a garment is we're mimicking this exact shirt. I like the style of the shirt, the way that it looks, so I decided to use that shirt as a pattern. Now I'm going to recreate it exactly the same. You can do this when you want to make any type of garment. So I went ahead and I sewed my sleeves together. This is how it looks once it comes off the sewing machine, inside out. As you can see, there is the seam line. When I turn it on the right side, this is how it should look. I went ahead and I sewed my collar. So I just turned it inside out and I sewed it on both sides. Once I sewed both sides together, then I turned it on the velvet side and I seamed it here in the middle. I also went ahead and sewed the 2 pieces that I will use for my button collar. This is what it looks like inside out sewn. So I just put some seams here at both sides. Then when you turn it inside out, it should look this way. I'm going to show you guys how to attach that onto the actual garment. So I'm going to take the front of my shirt, or the front of my garment, excuse me, and I'm going to cut right here, midline, to make a section for my buttons. This is how the original shirt looked. So I'm just going to copy that here. I'm actually going to cut my section just a little wider because I want it to look like this. So I'm going to cut it about that wide. So the easiest way to cut this would be to just fold your garment, the front of your garment, back in half and lay down the piece that you're going to use for your button collar and then cut it this way.